You're listening to The Angry Designer, where we cut through the industry bull to help frustrated graphic designers survive and thrive.
Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of signs that you are becoming a bad graphic designer. Just as a recap, last week we talked about design. Number 1, when you become a one-trick pony. Number 2, when you prioritize the look of the message, instead of the purpose and the point of it all. Number 3, when you use stock photography or illustrations and you don't change them, you just leave them, they're unaltered, like shake your head. Number 4, when you start using mismatched assets, not a problem if you're going to start using stock photography and vectors, of course, use them, they're there. But make sure they match, that they all look the same, like they come from the same collection or series or whatever. Number 5, when you start ignoring white space, it's extremely important. White space goes so deep. Look to our white space episode if you need a recap on that one. Number 6, when you stop paying attention to hierarchy. Hierarchy and white space are almost the 2 most important elements, in my opinion, of a good design. And number 7, when you become a trend mule, where you're like literally jumping on every single trend and presenting it like it's some sort of masterpiece. And number 8, under design, when your color game gets weak. Then we talked about typography. Number 9, when you start getting careless with copy, when you start making really silly mistakes and you start excusing it that it's because you're a graphic designer and you're not good at proofreading, you're looking at it. Dude, I made those. I used to make those excuses all the time. We need to rise above this. We need to be better than this. Number 10, when your typography game is weak. And I'm talking about not just like making fancy things with typography, but just when you let the app just do the job for you, when you don't check your leading, you don't check your spacing, when you start getting sloppy and using center alignment on copy, dude, unless you're doing Christmas cards, there shouldn't be any center alignment on copy. Number 11, when you're not taking advantage of paragraph spacing properly, none of this double enter for spaces and hitting your space bar to indent things. There's a whole panel there that's just dedicated to just doing it properly. Number 12, choosing the right choosing typography that doesn't actually complement one another or the piece yourself. There's a whole psychology behind typography. Number 13, using the same font every time. Okay. Again, huge fan of Helvetica, but you know what? Even I know that it won't fit everywhere. Massimo Vignelli, even he was minimal about fonts, but he still said that there were 6 fonts he recommends using. He used 6 fonts, and Helvetica was one of those, but there was 5 other options. Number 14, on the complete opposite side, when you're always using trendy fonts, and it's just a mess. Again, this kind of goes hand in hand with that trend mule, right? If DAF font is one of your favorite websites, you got a problem. And last but not least, number 15, not using columns properly. You know what? Text should not span more than 2-3 inches wide because it's impossible to read, especially when it's stacked 2-3 sentences high. You know what? Get into the habit of breaking that down, going back to columns. All right. I hope you enjoy this next second half of this episode. This part is when we start getting a little deeper and we talk about being a designer and starting to slip and turning into a bad graphic designer. Enjoy.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're in the home stretch.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the last batch, okay? And these are signs as a designer that you're slipping.
Right.
Okay, and these ones are critical because these ones are a little bit more personal, right? That I think people don't realize that they do when you've been doing this for a long time, right? And whether it is you take advantage of it or what happened. I saw this while I was sick on COVID this week, I saw this whole thing about this scam, about this, this Sam Freed, this young billionaire that was the owner of FTX or something. He had this giant cryptocurrency company, right? That guy, right? And he was the guy with the big curly hair, right?
They call him the Millennial Madoff.
He was a genius. They're he's a genius, right? And I remember they were saying he was in this meeting with investors, and he's having a meeting with everybody, but the whole time he was on his computer playing League of Legends because he wasn't caring.
Yeah.
And the idiots on the other side were like, oh my God, I love this guy.
Yeah,
he's playing League of Legends while he's well, in the end, the guy fucking screwed everybody.
Yeah,
and he had apparently his company was worth $9 billion, but when they actually looked at the books, It was like $6,000. It was so bad. But again, it's kind of a sign where it's like, if you don't give a shit and you're playing League of Legends or you're watching a YouTube video in a meeting because it's a face call and you don't want to be seen, these are some signs that maybe
that you've given up. Yeah.
Right? Well, and again, I know it was really disrespectful on that part, right? Yeah. So as a designer, you know you're slipping, okay? When? Number 16, okay? You stop listening to customers.
What'd you say? Sorry, I wasn't. Just kidding. See what I did there?
That was great. That was such a good dad joke, dude. No, it's true though.
You're right.
It's easy to start after you do this for so long, okay? Or even if you're a young superstar, okay? It's easy to start getting wrapped into the fact that, I know it all. Don't worry, I know the answers. Don't worry.
Yeah, I got
Don't
this.
worry, I got this. Even if, it is true, you still have to listen to the customer. You still have to listen. One thing that was most amazing, Warren Buffett, right? Again, one of the richest people, most successful people, came from humble beginnings and is just like super, super damn rich, said that he listens 10 times more than he talks.
Yes.
Because that's when you learn, right? And oftentimes customers just need to be heard, right? So again, that's fine if you do want to stop and listen, but or you want to stop listening because you have all the answers, but you got to let them say their piece, right? So you're slipping if you stop actually listening.
And here's the thing is like, because we're in the tech space, you've said this before, a lot of what, like say the meeting with the agriculture place, right? You know this, but what did you do? You let them tell it.
Of course.
You let them talk.
Because they need to feel like they're excited about their space.
You're like, in your head, you're like,
I got this. Yeah,
I know exactly what you're fucking talking
you're
about.
right.
But you don't just say, stop. I know all about.
Don't worry, be quiet. Yeah. Just tell me how much you want to pay me and let me go.
Exactly. Can you imagine if you pulled that kind of shit?
I bet some people might feel that way, but you can't actually be that way, right?
Exactly it.
Yeah, no, that's a bunch of bullshit.
This is one of our, like, beside white space,
yes,
and how we rant about that all the time. This is also a pillar of design, right?
Huge, dude.
What our job is listening to.
Exactly.
This is what we do.
Oh my God. You know what? And honestly, it's like, is the most important part of our job.
Yes.
Okay. It's not the design. And people always think, we're graphic designers. We're supposed to design.
Yeah.
No. We're supposed to solve problems.
Yes.
And the only way you're going to be able to discover what that fucking problem is by shutting the fuck up and listening.
That's
right. You won't have all the answers because there is going to be some nuance that's difference between this customer and this customer that's going to separate them.
Yes.
Listen, we are in a very niche space. We have competing customers, okay? There are fucking differences between the two, even though they're selling the same fucking service, same hardware, the end product is the same. No, but there is differences, and it's our job to fucking listen to this shit, right? To sit there and go and listen, shut the hell up, listen, and figure out what makes this guy different. And you know what? If there is no difference, then obviously you haven't listened enough.
Exactly.
Right? Yep. So literally shut up and listen.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's great.
Number 17, okay? You know you're slipping when you can't explain the design choices you made.
Ooh.
Right? So again, often, I get it. We're high volume shop, right? A lot of times we send shit out, right? But I always tell everybody the same thing in the bullpen, right? Make sure what you do is intentional.
Yeah.
Don't fucking just slap shit together because it looks good. Yeah. Okay, I will crucify you fuckers if you do this shit. Right? The reality is you need to be able to justify what it is. I use this because of this. I use this graphic because of that. I use this vector for this reason. You have to be able to defend what you want, not just because personally you feel it looks better, it's on trend. No, give me that bullshit. That's not what we're looking for. We need literal answers on why you made the choices that you made on this stuff, right? If you can't explain the choices that the choices that you made, you've already given up, right? Big mistake.
Huge.
I know that one's a good one. Okay, next one. Careless. Right? And this one gets people, when you get too comfortable in your role, you're doing this so long, you slip up. And if you're constantly being like, right, sorry, let me send that to you. Oh shit, right, and that one, and it's just like, and it's like, dude, this is like 6 errors in the past 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
You can't keep resending me the same thing over. You need to step up and actually do a once over, right?
Yes.
Being careless is just, it's so fucking unprofessional.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And people don't get that. And again, you can't just like, if you're constantly missing details and because, I just wanted to get it to you faster.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, shit. Again, sorry. Yeah. Here. Okay, here you go. I just want to get to, dude, you started doing that 5 or 6 times. You spent a whole afternoon pulling this bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, again, you can't be careless. You know what that final output has to be. Sometimes you need to just stop, take a breath, and go over it top to bottom. Make sure you export it with bleed. Make sure you export it with crop marks. Make sure you send them a transparent PNG, not a flattened PNG, right? Like, these are the things, these are those little careless things that can just kill your reputation with the customer. They can't rely on you to do just the most basic shit because you're like, oh, I got this, man. I got this. I'm so good.
Easy.
Dude, you're look like a fucking fool. Seriously. Oh, I can't stand that.
Yeah, that's really bad. That is bad. And it's easy to get into that kind of, especially in a high volume kind of thing. But
I agreed.
But still, I mean, we have processes in place. These are things that, like the transparency with the PNGs. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Like that's
is a
so
no-brainer.
bad when you get a PNG or like the client sends you a PNG, but that's flat.
It's like, why did you even do that, right?
That
We need to know better, right? And this is where it's like, we can't be careless.
Yes.
Give yourself one opportunity to be careless, but then you got to make sure everything's cleaned up. Otherwise, if they can't rely on you on that, right, then you are so slipping, dude. You're supposed to be the expert in this case, not the customer. The customer shouldn't be pointing out, what you sent me was, not transparent. It was flattened or this or that. Dude, like, you're going to look like a moron.
Yeah. Exactly.
Don't even. All right. Okay, we're almost there, everybody. We're almost there. Woo! We're almost there. Okay, number 19, you are disorganized. Okay, so being organized, doesn't come natural to everybody.
No, it's difficult.
It is, and you have to intentionally make effort to stay organized.
Yes.
Okay, and after so long, you start slipping. You're like, oh shit, I don't care. I've given away most of my jobs to this or that or whatever, right? The more disorganized you become, the more chaotic your life becomes.
Yes.
And people don't realize that customers recognize it. Okay, I've unfortunately had customers call me out on that bullshit. And it's just like, yeah, you're right. I need to step back.
Yeah.
Right. I need to it's easy to get caught up on everything else, but you got to follow your own processes.
Yes.
Right? You start getting disorganized. All of a sudden, every single project feels like it's a new project.
Yes.
And it's like, no. We know the process. We've got a folder structure that we always stick to. Stick to that damn folder structure.
Exactly.
By the way, we have a podcast on file management, and it's a damn good one.
It's awesome.
Go back and check out that one.
Oh, yes.
But it's true. It's like, these little things like, downloading the content. A customer sends you something. They're like, hey, I know you're not here yet, but here you go. This for this section of this project.
Yep.
Well, if you're like, yeah, I'll get to it. Well, you're going to forget about that shit, right? You got to download that shit, put it, and make sure it's ready for that. It's like, if you have a bad file management system, you're not taking the proper notes, you are going to miss key things. And then what happens is it gets you more and more frustrated.
Yeah.
And what happens? You blame the customer.
Yes.
But in the end,
it's your fault.
it's you,
Exactly.
right? And you get pissed off because you're the idiot, but you want to, I'm not an idiot. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for 20 years. I know what I'm doing. Come on. Oh, it's so true, dude.
I know.
The reality is, it's like, it's a constant effort to stay organized.
It is.
I fall short of this all the time, all the fucking time.
I think we all do. But as you get older, and I find, I don't know about you, but like if I get I'm just like so anal about, like, if I get an image or something like the collateral for a job.
Yeah.
I keep it in my downloads folder, copy it into the folder, the job folder, and leave that copy
in the downloads as well,
just in case. In case.
I agree. I agree with you.
These are things where you're just like, I've been burned so many times, overlapping designs.
Absolutely.
We like design 1, and you're on design 8. But you've got rid of design 1.
Yes, dude. Like this is getting
sloppy.
Nothing makes. I love that feeling when it's like, holy shit, did the customer send me that? They said that they sent me that.
Yeah.
And I told them, oh, yeah. I got it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And you're like, if I was smart, I would have downloaded it and put it in this folder.
Yeah.
And then you go. You open the folder.
There you are.
There it is.
It is there.
And you're like, holy
Thank
shit,
you.
that's amazing.
Thank you, Past Moss.
It is. Being organized often is just a matter of doing shit when you get it. They send it to you, even though you don't need it now, put it where it belongs, where you know you're going to look for it in the future. Done.
Yeah.
Right? Honestly, it feels so liberating when it's just like,
oh, I know.
I did something smart.
Fucking organization to me at my age is orgasmic. Like, it's just, I love it. I don't know why. I never used to be like that, but now it's just like,
I know, right?
Yes, please. This is good.
Oh, it's so true. Give me more management. All right. So being disorganized, a big sign that you're getting weak, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Poor time management. Okay. Now, not to be confused with procrastination.
Yep.
Because, in all fairness, I think all designers procrastinate.
We do.
Holy shit. It's called Parkinson's Law. You give you 1 week, 2 weeks, a month. It's all happening 2 or 3 days before the actual deadline.
Yep.
This is fine. This we know.
Yeah.
But the reality is poor time management isn't about, not procrastinating. Poor time management is not having a fucking clue how long it takes you to do something.
Yes.
Okay. So
COVID alert.
So with this whole COVID bullshit that I've been living with, right? I had 2 very important deadlines on Monday, and I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm sick on COVID. No. But I knew how long it would take me on a good day to get that shit done. And I was like, you know what? I need, on average, I need 4 hours to do this presentation, and I need about 3 hours to do this. So between Sunday and Monday, I made sure that I was able to have a good solid 3 hours of this and 4 hours for that, right? And I met those deadlines.
You hit them.
I hit both those things on Monday.
Nice.
Not because not because I'm a Superman. I'm not. It's just because my
know.
time management.
Is
I know
on point.
exactly.
There you go.
And that's key in this case, right? So again, I'm proud to say that I fucking procrastinate on everything, right? And that's fine. We sometimes we need to be pushy about that, but that's not what this is about.
No.
When you start losing sight of how long shit takes you to do, okay, you're not profitable anymore. You're brushing things off. You're not, and again, you're cutting corners where you shouldn't be, right?
Yes.
So again, you need to keep track of how long shit takes you.
Yeah.
You need to know how long need to be manage your time.
Yeah.
To a T. Otherwise, you're going to hate what you do.
Yeah.
On a regular basis.
Yeah, because you're going to be always against the clock. Which
Oh, dude.
Nobody likes that.
Oh, dude, everybody hates that.
How creative are you when you're like, looking at your watch constantly?
Like it's one thing to be, to procrastinate.
Yeah.
Okay. It's another thing to feel like you're rushed.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And there's a
That's when
difference.
mistakes happen.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Everybody procrastinates in this space,
yeah,
but
we do,
the
we
good ones know how long it takes them to get something. So I can procrastinate all I want because I know it's going to take me 3 hours to get this done.
Yeah.
So I can wait till 3 hours, 2 minutes, and I have to a T showed up at a meeting 1 minute early with
Just finished
that's
it.
how long. It sounds so bad, but it's so
that
true.
is the reality of design.
Oh, dude. So again, you're slipping when you start. You're losing sight of your time management skills. All right.
Fair.
All right. Next one. You don't ask questions. Again, this whole industry, and this kind of goes back to the whole you stop listening, right? You need to ask questions. You can listen all you want, right? But the thing is, you need to listen to be able to ask questions.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's our job, is to start being able to, when we stop advising and all we're doing is listening.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you want? Okay, I'll give it to you. What did you want?
I'll give you this right away.
I'll just give this to you. Sure. I'll just do this right away.
Yeah.
Well, then, dude, we're not solving problems anymore.
Nope.
Right. And again, you can listen. But if you're not, actually doing something about it, right, and you're not asking the questions to listen more, to get those, to figure out what that problem is, you've already given up, right? Totally. And that's huge, okay? Like I can't stand people who just listen to orders, right? Just order taker. Like, you want to be an order taker? Go fucking work at a restaurant. Okay, go be a waiter. Go fucking serve coffee and sling that shit. That's I will always listen to our customers.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, we have to prescribe something.
This is true.
And that's when we have to start asking questions back.
Right.
Okay. But ask questions to understand.
Yeah.
Don't ask question to respond. Okay. Like you need to ask and stop and listen to what they're saying, right? So you can understand everything. So as soon as you stop, asking questions and you stop advising, dude, you're not a designer anymore. You're not a designer.
You're a tool.
You're a tool, right? You're not. You become an artist, right?
Yeah.
You're like, here, okay, is that what you want? Here you go. Here's my great skills.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm choking here.
Oh no.
No, that's all right.
We're killing this guy. We're killing this guy.
I thought I was doing okay. Woo!
Somebody's going to have a nap tonight.
After this, I'm going to pass out. Shit really does take a lot out of you.
It does.
Though, eh?
I'm telling you. I cannot believe just how exhausting
That's what I feel like.
this shit is.
And I feel horrible because I have conversations with my 6-year-old daughter, and it's through a glass door, and we're joking, we're talking, we're playing a game today about where's this song from, and I'll say a song from this, and she's like, the Lego Movie. This. After 10 minutes, I'm like, all right, sweetie, Daddy's gotta go lie down. Oh, that sucks. And she's like, okay, you suck, but whatever. I see it in her eyes. I know the truth.
Oh man, yeah, that's
all right.
That's pretty sad.
If you stop offering up your ideas,
yes,
okay, you are dead in the water.
Yeah.
And that's not something that experienced designers are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're a newbie and you're a little insecure about offering up your ideas, that's one thing. But if you've been doing this for 20, 25 years, 10 years, 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Your ideas is what separates you from everybody else.
That's right.
Okay. So you need to offer that shit up, and you got to make sure you're constantly delivering on that shit.
Yes.
So absolutely don't do that.
Yes. Jeez. That's
18,
great.
19, 20. I lost numbers here. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I got it.
Hey, where's 18?
No, 22. I kind of lost track there. All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Number 22.
Oh.
Number 22.
22.
And this is something that we're all about here. Being unprofessional.
Oh.
Sorry, being professional. Being professional.
Wait.
Oh, no, being unprofessional. Oh.
We're unprofessional in our podcast.
Yeah, all right. But what I'm getting at is
here.
it's one thing to be casual. Okay. It is one thing to be casual, and that's okay.
Which we are.
Which we are very much so, right?
Yep.
But we need to understand that this is still a business. Okay. And customers need us to take it serious.
Yes.
So if we are too unprofessional, replying with one word answers like, yeah,
Whatever.
Well, hey, how you doing with the project?
Yeah.
Fine.
It's done.
It's yeah, right. It's true, right?
Yeah.
And as much as hard as, no matter how comfortable you get with that relationship and we are so comfortable with some of our customers. We really are.
Yes.
Too much sometimes,
Yep.
right? We still have to remember that we are coming from a place of authority, right? We are. This is still a business. We still need to be professional, no matter how fucking comfortable we are with those customers. We still have to keep our heads, in line, and remember this is still a business.
Yep.
They are still coming to us because we're professionals. So it's okay to be casual.
Yep.
But it's not okay to be unprofessional.
Unprofessional.
Soon as you start being unprofessional with customers, okay, that's a huge sign that you're going way out. You're being a bad designer. You're slipping beyond belief, right?
Yes.
You can't pull that shit, right? Communication is we're in the communication space. We need to have good communication.
Exactly.
Right?
Professional communication.
Right? Exactly, right?
Not buddy kind of shit.
Yes, and I get it.
Still a client.
And dude,
customer.
and I feel so much about some of our customers. And you know what? So we have one customer, right, who's a little bit, on the spectrum. Okay, and I think you know who we're talking about.
Yep.
And I like this customer a lot.
Right.
Okay, as in I get it. It took me a little while. He's got Asperger's.
Yeah.
So now that I understand what that's like, I understand him.
with it, yeah.
Right? So I get that. So so then unfortunately when Jamie passed, with everything, that was a big, really kind of shitty part of our whole industry and of our business.
Our business, yeah.
Yeah, and I ended up telling him about it, right? Because I figured he's a tech guy. He would get senior developer, this, that. And And I started telling him about this. I was like, yeah, so I got some shitty news, blah, blah, blah. And I started telling him about Jamie, this, that. And, there was a pause, there was silence. And he's like, and then all of a sudden he was like, okay, I'm not here to try to understand how your business is and your intricacies, but will my stuff still continue to get done? And he was all business. Okay. And I'm sure he was empathetic in his own quirky way. Right. And he basically was trying to politely tell me that I feel for you.
Yep.
I get it. I can't empathize because I'm not capable of empathizing.
Yep. And this is not part of the business.
Exactly. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
He was like, do I have to worry? Is my business still okay?
Yes.
And it was like, wow.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? And I couldn't get angry at him.
No, you can't, because
for him,
a legitimate concern for him.
But it was such a reality check.
Yes.
Because we had other customers that, you were on this touchy, feely feely basis with. And although they were empathetic, in the back of their mind, they were like,
thinking the same thing.
Is shit still going to get done?
Exactly.
I like you.
Yeah.
But now do I have to worry?
Am I worried? Should I?
And so it was a huge reality check. And although granted, that had nothing to do with being unprofessional, professional, whatever, but the reality is customers, no matter what kind of level you are with them, they need you to get shit done. Yes. That's why you're there.
Yes.
Okay. And so no matter how comfortable you are, don't be foolish in thinking that you're above that at this point. And you can be too buddy and treat them just like a friend, because you can't. You absolutely fucking can't.
But having said that, the flip side of that coin, and in the same conversation, you found out the news about our comrade dying, and what was your first? It was to get fucking ECB back on track.
Yeah,
and how hard was that?
It was horrible.
This is
horrible.
terrible.
You're right.
You're mourning the loss of
somebody,
good friend.
You're right. And somebody who's been with us for years.
But you had a job to do.
And the job, sadly, you're right. We had to get that app up and running ASAP.
This is what I'm saying.
You're right.
That is the actual definition of professionalism. Oh. You know what I mean?
And it's true.
It sucks.
It did suck. It did suck. It was like a good 6 hours before I could actually mourn somebody who's been with me for 15 years, because it's like, ultimately business stuff. Customer, in the end, they can empathize, but they have a business to run.
That's exactly it.
This is where it's like,
so
you always have to keep it. You don't have to keep it professional. You don't have to be suit, tie, this, that, but you have to be professional and understand in your responses, no matter how you feel, no matter how much they piss you off, no matter what has happened or transcribed on this shitty project that has spiraled out of control and you just want fucking gone, you still have to be professional.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Right. But we have a good balance, because we go down to our trade shows and things like that, and people are like, it's the ZZ Top guys. Oh, I love you guys. But they love us because we do the fucking job.
Exactly. We deliver, and they know.
How many times do they say, I've gone to the other agency and I just got stonewalled?
Yeah.
I come to you guys. Boom. You pull it off.
It's all
for
done,
me, and it's
right?
done. Yes.
Exactly.
This is the kind of shit.
Exactly.
This is why people come up to you.
We don't go in with suits. We don't go with it. We're grubby. I'm surprised we shower half the time and smell as good as we do.
Well, we're clean at the very least.
Not me this week, but it's true. It's true. You're absolutely right. Right?
Yeah, this is the kind of thing.
We're still delivering.
Right.
And
we're
that's
still
the key. Yeah.
But we're also personable enough that approachable.
Absolutely.
Like these people, I think, could approach us and say, I'm in a bind. Can you help me out here?
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean?
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of past that professional, maybe not past the professional. It's an extended professional warranty.
Exactly. Interesting. A professional warranty. That's pretty smart. I like that.
Yeah. But I think that's what it is. It's like above and beyond. That's what you have to do.
And you can't be scared to go above and beyond.
And you can't.
And we keep telling everybody.
Yeah.
Cool, man. That's a good one.
Shit.
All right. Number 23. Okay. Just kind of, in the tail end of this one, right? Mm-hmm. Poor communication. Poor customer communication. You know what? I always say this. I always tell everybody in our team, I always say the same thing. Just let the customer know.
Yep.
Okay?
Yes.
You're slipping when you're like, fuck, I'll tell them tomorrow. I'll tell them the next day, right? Customers most of the time won't care if you're late. Or they won't care if you're a day late on a delivery or a deadline or a promise if you let them know.
Yep.
Okay. What happens is when you start slipping, you're not giving them the communication. You're not telling them this, that, right?
Yep.
All of a sudden it's just like, wah. They start getting irritated about this, right?
Yeah.
It takes nothing to give them a quick, update on communication. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be, I need an extra day on this. I need an afternoon on this. I told you I'd have it to you in the morning. It's now 10:30. I need till at least 3 o'clock. Customers love that shit.
They like to be aware of that.
Can I tell you a secret? Mm-hmm. So we use this awesome product called Yesware. Yes. Okay. Yes. And what it is it sends a little like attachment to every email you send. So
you're gonna give this secret away.
It's a good secret, guys. This is a secret.
This is brilliant.
So I get a little notification that pops up on my screen every time a customer opens up a certain email. So it's like if I send an email to somebody saying, logo review, I'll get you revisions by Friday, and it's now like Friday at 10 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning, all of a sudden I see a little beep in the top right hand corner, and it's just like so-and-so customer has opened this email. I'm just like, oh shit.
Oh my, yes.
And then I get on email, I open it up, I'm like, hey, I told you I'd send it to you this morning. I just wanted to let you know you're going to have it in a couple hours. I'm just, whatever. I'll send it.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, they're like, holy cow.
Awesome.
I was just thinking about you. Thanks for that. And we are heroes. But what that made me realize is customers actually do, hang on what you tell them.
Yes.
If you tell them, you're getting them something. So that's what this program, as devious as that sounds, this program has made me realize that customers, they'll hold you accountable for that time. So if all of a sudden you're like you're telling them, you're getting them something on Friday, they're waiting for it. They're
expecting it. Chances are they've told a superior or their teammates. It's like
exactly.
Z Factor is giving us this collateral at this time.
Exactly.
So we'll just wait. So this is the thing.
It's key, and customers really need that communication.
Totally.
And I have learned that instinctually, if I'm like, oh shit, I got to email them. If I miss that opportunity when I say that, fucking every single time the next morning they will email me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I should have done it when I first, because again, we had these ideas in our heads that like what's right and what's wrong.
Yep.
Right. And it's like, oh shit, I promised it to him on Thursday. It's now Thursday night and I didn't even send it to him. I'll send him an email tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Well, sure enough, before I even fucking check my email, there's their email.
Did you forget about me?
Dude, jump on that shit. It's okay to be a little delayed. Yeah. It's okay to be behind. But again, communication is key. And if you start standing that communication, honestly, it's detrimental to this space. Okay, so whether you're a newbie or whether you've been doing this forever, don't forget, good communication is so critical to this space.
It's huge. This is why we have our chief ass kicker on staff, because she is awesome at this sort of thing. If I could say we have our morning meetings and it's like, we're going to be late on this infographic or whatever, the message will go out to the client saying, could you give us a couple more days?
So true.
And we'll deliver something fucking kick ass.
Yeah,
we always do.
It's true.
So this is the kind of thing. And 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, they're like, yeah, that's fine.
That's right. I've never had a customer be like, oh shit,
say, I really need this now.
I know.
Yeah.
No. I need it now, not 3 hours from now. No, it's never happened.
Exactly.
But they appreciate it more than anything.
This is true.
Right? So you slip if you stop giving them those little touch points of communication.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's
Number
true.
24. Ooh. Similarly to this, okay, the second last one, everybody, second last one. You are slow to respond to customer messages.
Oh boy.
This one's huge. Okay. I started doing an average email count. I average 120 new emails every day. I know it's crazy.
That is disgusting.
It is horrible. It's like I got a hole in my boat,
I'm sorry
and I'm like constantly. It is horrible. It's true. I'm constant. It's the water flooding in, and I'm like whoosh, whoosh on a regular basis. Why do you find that so funny, Sean?
That is the reaction. You got to see this. Check out the YouTube. Video of Moss getting rid of the water from his
It's true, though. I get so many fucking emails on a daily basis, and I make it a point that by the end of the day, I am less than 50 emails.
Yes.
I make it a point. I am so, and if I see my emails up to 100, 150, I get stressed. I actually get anxiety. It's horrible. So I make a point of making sure there's less than 50 emails. You guys maybe need less than 20, but the reality is you need to respond to customers. And I get it. You know, sometimes you don't want to respond right away, maybe.
No. But
And Google now has that respond in
Yes.
15 minutes, 2 hours, whatever.
Yep.
You know, so your email software, even if you want to respond right away, you can, you know, send it out 2-3 hours ahead.
Yeah, you could type it out and send it.
And send it out as setting a precedent. But the reality is, you know, if you miss that 24-hour window to respond to a customer, you look like a jerk.
You look like you just don't care.
Or you're
enough
too
about them.
busy. There's so many red flags to the customer.
Yeah.
Right? That it's brutal.
Yeah.
Right? And you need to make sure that you are quick to respond. And again, 24 hours is acceptable.
Yep.
Starting to get 2-3 days starts getting really sloppy. And I mean, I'm sometimes guilty of that. Oh, dude,
I'm terrible. I just had one with a client. One of the people at our major client that we've always had issues with. She's kind of a problematic one. And I let it go for a day.
Sometimes, but that's just to keep yourself calm.
That's just my vindictive assholeness coming through, right? It was just kind of like, I'm just going to let her sweat.
Sweat it out.
And it's terrible. I feel awful about it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes
Like, because
you got to train them. Sometimes you do.
But this is the kind of thing. It's like, it was a demand.
Yeah.
I want this. Send it to me now kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm just going to hold off on that.
Yeah.
you know?
No, I hear you.
But I'm just saying, I felt awful. Even though this woman is very difficult to work with.
In general,
still, I still have that pang of guilt.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because at least you're acknowledging it.
I know.
And that's what this whole thing is about, signs of.
Right.
And you recognize this sign.
I recognize this sign.
But the reality is, imagine if you held that in, you're like, oh, fuck it. I'll get to her later on. And it's like 2, 3, 4 days later.
Yes, I know.
And
that's bad.
Yeah, it is bad.
Even a problematic person at this.
Because even though right now you might have so much work and everything's going so great, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. Even if I lose her, who cares? The reality is, the time's going to come, and you're going to be like, shit, I wish I didn't lose that customer. Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the thing. It doesn't matter whether, I did it. I didn't feel proud about it.
No, I get that.
But I still gave her everything she wanted and helpful advice. This is what you need to do this, to get this done.
Yep.
But it was a day late.
That's okay. A day late's with it. If you can
okay.
keep it, try to keep it within 24 hours. Try not to finish your day off without at least sending out all those emails and CCing yourself. So when you log in the next morning, you'll see your responses and know what you have to kind of get to with your list, right?
Exactly.
That's kind of one of the tactics I use. And we're going to have an episode on...
There's his lung. Oh,
thank God we're near the end of this because I don't know how much more energy I got.
Dude, you've done awesome. I'm impressed. I am impressed.
Wow,
I'm
surprised.
Holy.
Dude, I couldn't let a week go without doing this. And that's the crazy thing.
I know.
I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
I'm glad you can because it's like I was missing this too.
Okay, good.
Oh, shucks. I'd hug you, but
All right. Well, with that being said, we are on the last one.
Oh, this is it.
Number 25. Signs that you are at the end. You suck. You are becoming a bad designer. You've given up. This is the ultimate one. And I think all 24 of these can be summed up in this last one. Ooh. And this is you stop caring.
Oh.
Caring is fucking, people don't caring. Did you say sharing?
I did. Yeah. Caring is sharing. Isn't that like a Care Bear thing?
Yeah, something like that.
Sorry.
Retro.
You're on a good go there. I apologize. Yes.
Listen.
You stop caring.
Caring, when you stop caring, the whole reason we get into this space, we are designers. we are empathetic. We care. The good designers give a shit about their customers, their businesses, their employees, their futures, what it is that they want to achieve, right? The good businesses give a shit, right? Steve Jobs said, and publicly, he said the biggest difference, why Apple succeed and why so many others is because they care. Okay. And it's so true. When you stop caring, okay, when you stop giving a shit, everything falls apart. Okay. Every single one of these 24 things, they're all because of you stop caring. Right. And again, it's easy to get into the rut of things. It's easy to be like, oh, I'm at 25 years. I've proven it. I don't give a fuck anymore. Right. Or, this or that. Dude, and you have to remind yourself why you got into the space right from the beginning.
There it is.
Is it because you just want to fill your own ego? You want to, pad your pockets?
Is it just a job?
No, and that's the whole thing, right? People need to fucking remember, I get it. After 25 years of doing this, maybe the satisfaction has changed, but you have to keep reminding yourself what that satisfaction is. As soon as you stop caring, dude, I recommend anybody, if you 100% stop caring and your mission has changed and you don't give a fuck, leave. Leave.
Yeah, you don't need to be in this position.
Because you are on your way down.
Yeah.
Okay? And honestly, that is so fucking, I still fucking, and I love our customers, even though some of them are assholes, some of them are dicks.
I know.
Well, okay, no, wait. One company is a bunch of assholes and dicks, but some of them can be difficult. Some of this, that. But the thing is, if you stop caring about their companies, those people in general, this, that, dude, what do you got left to offer?
Yeah. This is exactly it.
This isn't a 9-to-5 job for me, right?
No,
and I'm thinking it's the same thing for you and everybody else in the back, right?
Yeah.
We love what we do. We love why we're doing it. We love the environment we're doing it in and the support that we have. And you see what happens when you bring somebody in who doesn't care.
Yes.
Some of the biggest arguments I've had with past employees is when they don't act like they care.
Yeah.
Or they don't actually give a shit. They're like, oh, I don't fucking care about them. They're just being a pain in the ass.
Yes.
It's like, dude, they're being a pain in the ass because they actually give a shit about their company. And if we don't, why are we doing this?
It is
right?
exactly it.
And so that's huge. And that's the biggest fucking thing, I think, that if you stop caring, honestly, you're done.
Yep. That's
right?
it.
You're better off to pack it up and leave.
Yep.
But if you genuinely, do give a shit about, why you're in this space, if you just want things to look pretty, then, it's time to switch over to be an artist.
Yeah.
Go and create designs, go create illustrations and see if you can make a fucking living out of that.
Yeah.
Right. But honestly,
or do clipping paths for the rest of your life.
Or do that. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Like just go be production all your life.
Production person. Yeah. Because everything's all laid out for you.
Yep.
You don't have to think. You just do whatever's in front of you.
Absolutely, right?
It's like a
or you want to be mathematical and it's all about conversions and this and that. Then you know what? Go into UX.
Yes.
Don't give a shit about this or that. Just fucking make sure the end goal is that you're going to be getting signups or you're going to be getting conversions or this or that. Like honestly, we solve problems.
Yeah.
And honestly, sometimes it's easy to get caught up in everything.
Yep.
Because life gets busy. Fucking shit always changes in this space, right?
Yep.
But if you stop caring, you are dead in the water.
Done.
You're done.
Exactly.
You're absolutely done.
And the thing about that is if you stop caring, this job no longer becomes fun.
Oh my God. I couldn't imagine doing this as a job.
Serious.
I couldn't,
This
dude.
is the kind, and we've talked about this all the time. I bitch about our clients.
Of course, it's normal.
Like something comes in and they do something stupid and you can't talk them out of it. You're like, it makes you mad because you're like, you're invested in this. It's like, I want them to succeed.
You're so right.
And this is not a way to go about
It's so
doing
true,
this.
right?
You want to talk them out of it.
You want to talk them out of it for the right reasons, right? You're just like, guys, are you blind?
Are you sure about this?
Yes, you're right.
This is the kind of
It's
thing.
not because you're arguing wanting to be right.
This is exact. And as soon as you say, sure, whatever, I'll do whatever the fuck you say.
Yep.
I don't care.
You're so right.
Boom.
It's so right. You're so right.
Then you're doing a shit job and you don't care. And then your job becomes sucky.
Oh,
and who
so
wants
true,
that?
dude.
Who
It's
wants graphic
so
design to be sucky?
true.
I don't.
Can you imagine? That's the worst.
That would be horrible.
Oh, that's the worst.
It would be horrible.
Don't even give me that. Oh,
No,
damn.
I don't want that. That's true. That sums up everything of that section. of the designer.
Agreed.
That is the culmination of it.
Or even almost everything, not just the designer part, but the typography part, the design
Everything.
part. I just said typography fart. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? It's the COVID speaking, guys.
What does Helvetica sound like when it farts? You're right. Yeah.
Honestly, because as
Everything.
soon as you stop caring, you're not going to be putting effort. You're going to just use the letting that the software gives you.
That's right.
You
You're
are just going to like.
You're going to do something, and you're just going to be like blah blah.
Right.
Blah,
And that's
whatever.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
It's sad. I think that is a good umbrella for this entire podcast.
I know, and I kind of knew I was thinking about like maybe starting with this, but it kind of feels like you give away the plot right from the
You
beginning,
totally
right?
do, yeah.
But you know what? There's so many people listening to this right now being like, I wish you would have fucking said that from the start, because I would have listened like an
been
hour
here.
into this if you
This
just
is these two dummies
had I
talk.
known this. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, Okay. We're sorry. We'll do better next time. I promise.
All right, well,
Yes.
but again, I think that kind of gives you an idea of what this last half was,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Number 16, you stop listening. Number 17, you can't explain why you choose what you do in your design choices. Number 18, you become careless. Number 19, you're disorganized. 20, poor time management. 21, you don't ask questions. You don't advise anymore. You don't give them, any of you what you are who you are. Number 22, you stop being professional. You start being unprofessional. You lose sight of that. 23, poor customer communication. Number 24, you are slow to respond. And last but not least, number 25, you just don't care.
Zero fucks to give. they say.
Zero fucks to give. Dude, that is brilliant. You got zero fucks to give to anybody.
Yeah, if that's the case, then get the hell out.
Yeah, really though, right?
Go check people's lists at Costco. That's your job.
And you know what? You guys got to realize you have it so good doing what you do for a living, what we do. And again,
lucky.
things are going to get pretty tricky in the next like 10, 20 years. We've got new tools, we got new positions, jobs, right? Enjoy what we have. We're rock stars in this space. Customers come to us to solve their problems right now. Appreciate what it is that we do. And I get it after doing this for 5, 10, 15, we're in the 25-year range doing this, okay?
Shush.
I know.
'Cause
We
we're
started
only
when we young.
27.
Hey, in all fairness, I started when I was 15. I started when I was 15 fucking years old. So again, proudly can say easily doing that. But the reality is, it's like, there's no other job that we are doing what we're doing. And it's easy to get caught up in this, that, like the world is so fucking crazy lately. But these are signs that we're getting sloppy, right? And we have to remind ourselves why it is we do what we do.
Yeah.
And I think that's a constant. There's a good list to be like, dude, if you are starting to check 2, 3, 5, 10 of these, you need to take a step back and be
you
like,
do.
whoa,
You really-
what am I doing here?
And
Right?
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
guilty.
Yeah, I am too.
I am so
I totally
guilty.
am. Some of these things, I chastise myself for the laziness sometimes
Yeah,
that I do.
sometimes me too.
You know what I mean? And I do things that I can't always explain why I did it. You know what I mean? But it's just like,
Dude,
yes.
it's because sometimes the monotonous, sometimes doing some of the same jobs, even though they're different projects, it feels like the same job, right? And it's easy to kind of just get wrapped up into that and just kind of be like, oh, like, I got this. We got to remind ourselves why we're doing it.
Why we're doing
And
this.
you know what? Like Michael Janda said, go dig a fucking hole. And see what that day is like. You know what? You want to know how good you have it. Don't spend a week doing somebody else's job.
Yeah.
Spend a day.
Yeah,
Doing
that's all you need.
Some people will do, in one day, they will dig holes all fucking day to make what we could do in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay. They will dig a hole in like the heat and getting all grimy and dirty. And I have so much fucking respect for these people, right? But think about how good we have it.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't forget how fucking good we have it.
This is the thing.
That's what I got to remind you guys. Like, seriously, like we're rock stars in the space to our customers. And think about how cushy we have it. Don't let this shit slip.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Before I came here,
Yeah.
as a full-time employee, I loaded skids with groceries.
Oh, dude, it
And
broke
I can
my heart
tell
when
you,
I heard that.
I can tell you that is a shitty job. This, what I'm doing now, I'm like, oh, this is so much better.
FYI, he was here as an awesome freelancer. We had Sean here for like a good year. We rocked.
It was good.
He left.
I fucked off.
He didn't leave to go like get a full-time job filling skids, but
Nope.
due to circumstances, that's where he ended up.
Yeah.
And what happened? As soon as I found out, I was like,
well, that's the thing. I saw the.
I wish you would have came back.
In LinkedIn or whatever it was, or no, what's a job board? I used to go there all the time. I can't remember.
I thought it was LinkedIn. Huh?
No, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, I went there and I saw Z Factor was hiring. I'm like, on the phone to you, dude. I'll do that job.
I was like, you're doing what? I was just like, no. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Walk out of there today and get your ass back in here.
Exactly.
No.
And see, this is a story for a later date, I think, too, because I see a lot of articles online about how to get back into graphic design. And so maybe we can do that. This is not kind of, you've always been in the design field.
I have, yes.
We're kind of off on a tangent here.
That's okay. We're always good.
But maybe we should talk about something like that. Because I see a lot of people on like Quora and things like that. Like,
and I have lots.
How do I get back into this?
Yeah. And we have people.
And
I see that, and I give advice. And you're right. That's a good topic.
Yeah, I think we could.
I think this is a great topic.
And because I've experienced it. I can help.
Oh, I was not going to let this poor guy stack skids anymore.
And thank you.
Holy shit! Thank God that was only a short period of time.
I know that was like 6 months of hell. But anyway, I guess the greater point is we have a really good job.
We got
these
a good
are
gig.
Things. These are fixable. Address
signs, things to be like, dude.
You could be aware of these.
Yeah, exactly.
And say, ooh, I need to be better at this.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's a strength. It's a muscle that we're working here.
Absolutely, right. It's easy. These are signs to let you know if you're slipping.
That's right.
You check a couple of these. Yeah. You know what? Come back. Come back to this side.
Exactly. If you've done any of these things, and you're not a dick. You're not a terrible person.
You're right. Sometimes it's just a matter of being aware.
And that's it.
Because it can become just like what happened this week, dude. Never in my life have I gone 3 days without showering. Not only that.
It's real, people.
No, the worst.
It's real.
3 days without brushing my teeth. But because I couldn't, I know this is gross, but I couldn't smell. I couldn't taste. And I'm like, well, it can't be that bad. Right? And never in my, but you know what? This was a huge coming to light moment because it was just like you're unaware.
Yeah.
Things are just going. You're in a routine. You're doing this. You're just oblivious.
Yes.
You are completely oblivious to what the fuck is going on.
That's right.
And that's what this is about. It was just like, it is so easy to become oblivious to what the hell is going on that it's like this episode, it was about bringing you guys back to reality and making you realize what the hell could be going on.
That's right.
Because trust me, you never want to be in public without brushing your teeth for 3 days. Okay? Just saying. I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
I think that's a good point to finish off.
With the brushed teeth.
All right, everybody. I am glad I'm back.
Yay,
thank you very much. This is a
Woo-hoo.
long episode. I hope you got a lot of shit out of this. Please, by all means, if you like what you heard today, leave us a review. I read this awesome review today by somebody who claimed that they never have ever given a review on a podcast, and this was their first, and we have helped out their freelance gig. You know I love you for leaving that fucking review.
Yes.
Thank you. Please, by all means, drop us a line on that. Hit us up on Instagram. We try as hard as we can to get back to everybody that we can. We get back to messages, we get back to comments. Everybody know we see everything that's happening. And if you want to see these awesome mugs, you want to see how actually beautiful we are or not. Especially after COVID. Come check us out on YouTube. We're here. And generally, YouTube is pretty unaudited shit. No, we don't edit this, though. We just let YouTube just kind of go. So sometimes it's kind of raw. Yeah.
It's raw.
Nah, maybe not that raw. But anyway, with all that being said, stay tuned. We do have some swag coming. And we finally got something cool. You like?
Oh, fuck, dude. I can't
wait.
I can't wait. Like I said to you, finally, a garment worthy enough that I can wear to my grave.
I can't believe he said that. I was just like, are
I'm
you
gonna be
serious?
Buried,
That was
I'm
brutal.
going to be buried in this shirt, kids. I swear to God. It's
And
awesome.
I checked it out. I've got a couple people. I'm paranoid. I want everybody to see it first, but we hope you love what you're going to see in the next little while.
Love it. You're going to love it.
All right. With that being
Yes.
said, I think we're good for today.
Welcome back, dude.
Oh,
Welcome
dude,
back.
thank you. It feels
I'm glad
so
you're
good.
feeling better.
It is.
It's been
This-
2 weeks since I've seen this fucking
This is
guy.
energy.
It's crazy.
Honestly,
I was
it's
just like,
weird, right? It
I
has-
know.
I know. And I came back. I walked in. I'm like, oh, I miss this fucking place.
Yeah.
I do. I miss this place. I miss this. I miss this.
Yeah,
bro.
I know. I'm telling you.
Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. It was just like, this has been really, really good.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm back.
Yes.
All right. With that
Yes.
being said, my name is Massimo.
Yeah, my name is Sean.
Stay creative.
And stay angry.
Peace.